Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. And if you're new to this channel, please do it by subscribing. Today's tutorial is about how to draft a bodysuit pattern. How to draft a bodysuit pattern. Let's get started. So the first thing is to draft divide our shoulder measurement into two. Our shoulder measurement is 15, into 2 is 7.5, which I'll mark here. And also I'll drop this part by 1 inch. Then I'll take my armhole measurement divided by 2. I'll measure from here. My armhole measurement divided by 2. My armhole is 17.5. So divided, my armhole round is 17.5 divided by 2 should give me 8¾ So I'll mark that from this point downwards. So I also take my shoulder measurement on this point, which is 7.5. My ruler, and I rule a straight line from here down here. Then for my neck width, I measure 3 inches by 3 inches. 3 by 3, and I'll curve that. This is my neck width. So from this point to this point, I rule a straight line. So the next thing is for us to rule out all our measurements, which is the first one is the bust level, the bust line, which is my bust point measurement. My bust point is 10 inches. So I measure 10 inches and rule. My waist is my waist line, which is my half length measurement, is 7.5. Straight line. So from the waistline, I'll measure my crotch depth measurement, which is 10.5. From this waistline, I'll measure 10.5 downwards. And from this waistline as well, I'll measure 5 inches from here. Let's do this first. From this waistline, I'll measure 5 inches downwards. This will serve as our hip line measurement. This will serve as our hip line for this pattern, and also that is where we'll have that curvy shape for the bodycon. So really straight line. I'll go ahead and label the bust, waist, and so and I'll divide all my measurements by 4 and put in various lines. My bust measurement is 36 divided by 4 is 9. Remember, we are using a stretchy fabric for this, so I'll minus 1 inch from the measurement. So 36 divided by 4 is 9 minus 1 is 8. So I'll measure 8 on my bust line. Then the waist, my waist is 30 divided by 4, 7.5 minus 1, that's 6.5. And on this line, I'll measure my hip measurement divided by 4. My hip is 40 divided by 4, that's 10 minus 1, we have 9 inches. So from this crotch measurements, crotch line, I'll go down, I'll measure 1 inch downward. This is the area where we'll put our press button. I roll a straight line. So on this line, from this point, I'll measure 1.5 inches. So for me to get that shape here, that curly shape, to connect this, I want to connect this to this point and have a nice shape. From this point here, I'll measure 4.5. From this point, I'll measure 4.5 inches. You can decide to do 4 inches, you can decide to do 5 inches. It all depends on how you want it. But for me, I'll be using 4.5 inches. Then I'll try to blend this place to this. I'll try to freehand it. So I get okay with this shape, this look. So I use my marker to trace this out. Okay, so here we have the front part. The front part is ready to be traced out. So then, oh sorry, we need to curve our armhole curve. From this point, get the midpoint of the straight line. I have 9 inches, midpoint 4.5. So from here, go in by half inches. Then you connect. So the front part is ready. So for the back part, I'll just roll a straight line and extend all this. So I've measured all the necessary measurements on each line, just as I did for the front part. Then the neck part, for the neck depth for the back part will be 1 inch. We use 3 by 3 for the front, but for the back will be 1 inch by 3. I'll go ahead and curve. So the difference between the front and the back is just the down part. We use 1 inch. We drop the crotch measurements by 1 inch for the front, but for the back we'll be using 5 inches. 5 inches instead of 1 inch. We're using 5 inches. So from the crotch line, we measure 5 inches downwards and rule a straight line. I have this drafted out. Difference between the back and the front pattern of this difference between the back and the front pattern is the armhole, the neck, and this shaped part. So I'll cover my armhole part. Just this way. And for this curved part, remember I measured 5 inches from the crotch line. I measured 5 inches. 5 inches. Now roll a straight line just a little. Then measure 1.5 inch, just as we did for the front part. 1.5 inches. Then from this point, on these 5 inches we draw from the waistline, we measure 6 inches slantly this way. 6 inches. Remember, for the front part we use 4.5. I said you can use 4 inches, 5 inches. It all depends on how you want it. So for the back I'll be using 6 inches. For the front I use 4.5. So the difference between the back and the front is just 1.5. So whatever you use, you just add 1.5 to it, then mark on those points. Whatever you use for the front part, just add 1.5 to it. So I guess you understand. I'll try and blend it and blend it in. I guess I'm good to go with this. The reason why this part is longer, the reason why this part of the back is longer than that of the front is for you to be able to pin the down part freely, so you don't have to struggle while bringing this back part to the front. If you understand what I mean. You know, this is where our press button will stay. This is where we install our press button. So for you to bring that down part to the front part easily, that is why we have this place lengthy than that of the front. You are bringing this from the back, you're putting your hand downwards, bringing it from the back to the front, then you pin. So for you to do that easily, that's why we have this place lengthy than that of the front. So I'll go ahead and do this with my marker. Just shape it out. So that's all about the body comb. We have, this is the front. Let me leave it. The front and back.